going on? Blossom is back and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Today we have a very special announcement. Today I'm introducing Blossom Madness. Now for the next month, you guys are going to be voting for the next legendary I'm going to max, okay? Obviously, I've kind of completed my goal. I have every Dodge legendary, besides one, but I'm not going to try and get that. It'll come when it comes, the last one. But I've maxed every Dodge legendary available in my garage. You know, I got, I think, 5 Vipers max and a Demon. So all my epics kind of need a home now. Obviously, I could always just upgrade legendaries for finals, and I've been doing that for the last 2 tri-series that we've had. But you know what? I want to max something new, something different, something that just isn't a Dodge that I also don't need for a tri-series. So introducing Blossom Madness. For the next month, I'm going to have 16 legendaries that are non-prize and 16 legendaries that are prize going up against each other, and they're going to fight it out until the winner, that as voted by you guys, is going to be the next legendary I'm going to max. And also, I'm not going to be beating around the bush. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'll max it, but it takes me a year to max it. No. To make things even more interesting, whatever legendary wins, I am maxing. Like, not immediately, like I'm not going to spend gold and skip the fuses, but at any time I get an epic that I want to fuse away, that is going into whatever epic wins. So how it's going to work is that there are going to be 32 contestants, and every day you guys are going to be voting, or every 48 hours, not every day, every 48 hours you guys are going to be voting for a winner. Now, to vote, check out my YouTube community tab. I feel like I don't use the YouTube community tab enough. I know I could do the voting on Instagram as I usually do, but not everybody watching has Instagram. But if you're watching this video, then you can definitely access the YouTube community tab. So every day I'll be posting, or every 48 hours, sorry, I'll be posting 2 cars to go head to head, and all you need to do is vote in the poll on who you think is gonna win. But anyway, with that said, I'm sure you guys are buzzing to know who the contestants are. And once again, shout out to Corn. We'll give him the massive shout out after this. So I'm going to turn on my camera here so you guys can see just the beautiful cars in their entirety. So let us begin, shall we? So first of the first, we have the Nissan GTR Track Edition. Now this competition once again is sponsored by Corn, because this was, you know, once again, another amazing idea that Corn gave me. You know, he came up to me in DMs one day and he said, hey, I got this amazing new idea for Blossom Madness, because obviously last year we did the whole pack opening country thing. Yeah, I don't have an access to an account with 40 mil. Those things don't come around very often. So that's why we are doing Blossom Madness instead of Packed Madness. So, first contestant, the Nissan GTR Track Edition R35. His name is, of course, Corn, and this is what he's got in his resume, okay? He's been the MVP in my Apollo IE finals. Basically, it won me the Apollo IE, and it's my best Japanese non-prize car. Interests include kaijus and the state of Indiana, because Indiana is just filled with cornfields. So this is the first legendary. Second up, we're gonna have the Lamborghini Aventador SV, nicknamed the Tangerine because it's kind of orange in the game. On its resume, it was my MVP during the Lancia LC2 finals, and it is my best 2015 non-prize car in my garage. The interests for my Lamborghini SV includes Sir Elton John and of course Tangerine. So like I said, I hope that you guys can find a way to connect with some of these cars. I'm giving them, you know, a little bit of personality, some names, what they've done, what they like, and also just a nicer picture provided than what Hutch could provide. But anyway, moving on. Alfa, Romeo, Stelvio, Quadrifoglio. Nicknamed the Quadra Spaghetti, as I like to call it. And on its resume, it's the best non-prize SUV. And I unpacked this on my birthday morning, December 30th, 2021. Straight up. Interest includes Leicester Square and me, because that's where I was when I unpacked it. And I'm me. I don't think that needed any description, but yeah, that's our third contestant. Next up, it's going to be the Lotus Evora Sport 410, nicknamed Blueberry. On its resume, it helped me win the Chiron Sport, and it is an epic killer in Lotus events. Interest for the Lotus Evora includes Dory from Nemo, because look at it, bro. It literally looks like Dory. The shape, the color, the fact that it's almost a fish, not really, but yeah, it looks like Dory. And also algebra, because you know what, some of you out there might actually like algebra, you know, watching this video right now. So, you know, you might be able to, you know, not communicate, but connect with the Lotus Evora, because this blueberry right here likes algebra. You might like algebra. Just connections. Moving on now. Oh god, yes, this is actually going to be a card that I will max if it wins the entire competition. We got a couple Joker cards in here just to spice things up even more. We got the BMW 640i X-Drive Gran Turismo, nickname Carl! On its resume, it won me the Peugeot 208 WRX. I'm not gonna say it's the MVP, but it helped win me the 208 WRX, and for what it's worth, it used to be good, I guess. Interest includes getting nerfed and failing. Next contestant of our 16 non-prize category, we have the Pagani Huayra Roadster, nicknamed the Gani. It is, the game's coolest roadster, in my opinion, and it's cooler than the Bugatti, also in my opinion. Its interest includes bucatini, which is a type of pasta. It's like spaghetti, but with it's hollow in the middle, and Gucci bags, because it's fancy like that. And also, if you own a Pagani Huayra Roadster, you probably own a Gucci bag, and you probably eat bucatini at least once a week. Moving on now is the Chiron 7620R, nicknamed Sasha. It is very light, it has big performance for a low RQ, and it has one and only one interest, and that's 50 Shades of Grey. I don't know why I chose this to be the one, because this car isn't even gray, but I was like, you know what, I gotta put it in there for the memes, even though it's a dead meme. I mean, is anyone actually reading that book in this day and age? I didn't even read it, and I'm not going to. Next up on the list, I think this one's a bit of a favorite because I've already spread the contestants' informations around in my Discord server. A lot of people got this going pretty far, man, but is it actually gonna end up going far in the actual voting? We about to find out. But yeah, it's the Ford GT, nicknamed the Marshall. On its resume, it's the best Ford in the game, and it's a key for any American specialist like myself. Interest includes orangutans and AR-15s. Let me know if you get the orangutan joke, because there is a correlation with orangutans and the Ford GTs. I think you would know if you know. Next up, we got the BMW M5, nicknamed Race. On its resume, it was my MVP during the 208 WRX final, and it is a club cash cow because it's a 5-seater, it's a saloon, it's 4-wheel drive, and it brings amazing performance. Interest includes accountants and boat shoes. Moving on is the Porsche Panamera Turbo, nicknamed Pomodoro, like the sauce. On its resume, among the best mediums in the game, and been in my garage since Christmas of 2017, so it is one of the OGs. Interest includes architecture and saxophones, yeah. Now moving on now is the Cadillac ATS-V, nicknamed Mr. Clean, because Mr. Clean has one. Interest, not Mr. Clean. I don't know if Mr. Clean has one. Mr. Clean isn't even real. Young Gravy has one. That's why Mr. Clean is Young Gravy's one of my favorite songs from Young Gravy. So his interest includes Young Gravy and the letter V. It is one of the best, it is the best American medium ground clearance car, and big performance for a low RQ, much like Caterham. Now moving on now, we have the Porsche 911 GT2 RS, nicknamed the Gauntlet. It is a garage OG. This is a car that I unpacked in 2017. It won me the 918 on the first time. It won me the Lamborghini Urus on the first time. It won me the GT1 race car on the first time, okay? Interests includes Rambo and blonde women. Next up on the list, we have the Donkervort DA-GT2 RS, nicknamed King Donk. On its resume, it is a king, it is also a donk, and its interest includes kings and donks. Now we have the Nissan Zanavi Nismo Z, nicknamed Akari, my best Japanese track car because I don't have the R390 race car, and it has potential for future Tri-Series requirements. Interests includes Kill Bill and the Old Testament. And then of course we have the Cadillac 16, baby, nicknamed Eisenhower. On its resume, it has won me 3 legendary prize cards. If you remember, it includes the Roof CCR3 and the Alfa Romeo 164 Pro car, and also the Gumpert Apollo R, I think it is, and it probably has a shotgun in the trunk because it's cool like that. Its interest includes Rottweilers and winning. And now finally, wrapping up the 16 non-prize cars that are going to be competing against each other on one side of the Blossom Madness bracket, we have the Porsche 911 Turbo, nicknamed Todesbringer. I don't know if I said that correctly, but basically it's translated from German. It basically means death bringer. It won me the Lamborghini Urus and the Porsche 918 on the first time, and it doesn't take prisoners, okay? Interest includes Heckler & Koch and Liebekäse. Heckler & Koch is basically a German manufacturer for guns, and Liebekäse is, I think, a pork knuckle sandwich. So Really, just a badass German car, this 911 Turbo. But anyway, we move on now to the second side of the bracket, because now we're going to be talking about the 16 nominees for my legendary prize cars that I want to max. We're going to start off with the Pagani Zonda Revolucion, nicknamed Grant. This is my best friend's favorite car, or one of my best friends. I have many best friends, and of course my best friend's name is Grant, and he is the Emperor of Rome. Interest includes Amarone della Valpolicella, which according to my Google search, is the most popular wine in Italy. So it's classy like that, okay? And also Leonardo da Vinci, because this thing looks like it was made and designed by Leonardo da Vinci himself. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. Next up on the list, talking about really sexy cars, the Polo Intensa Emozione, nicknamed the Reaper. It is the sexiest hypercar in my opinion, and it is my best German car in my garage because I don't have the IDR, and I'm sorry 918, but this car I just prefer over the 918. It's more of its RQ. It's 4 RQ cheaper. It handles like a beast. A low 0 to 60. MRA isn't as good, but I don't really care. This is my favorite, my best German car in my garage. Interests includes Victoria's Secret models and Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Next up, okay, well, you know how we talked about Joker cars? You know how we talked about Joker car? Well, this one is the ultimate Joker car. So yeah, putting this here basically means that the Project 8 actually has a chance of winning, and I would have to max this. So this is me just telling you guys and asking you guys, how evil are you actually? The car, obviously, Jaguar XE SV Project 8, nicknamed the Boiling Dustbin because it's British, you know? Hot garbage, that is like New York, that's East Coast slang, bro, okay? Like, I want to, you know, Britishify, Englandify, Englishnize, whatever. I want to put a British twist on hot garbage. So it's Boiling Dustbin. That's the nickname I gave it. On its resume, it is the greatest disappointment. Hey, that's a pretty good, you know, thing to put in your resume. There is no car that is a bigger disappointment than the Project 8. And it's shockingly incapable of absolutely anything. Its interests includes things like itself, the fall of Constantinople and Pompeii, because they're all disasters. Moving on now is the Aston Martin 177, nicknamed London. Resume, I won it with 5 Hellcat Challengers, making this, like, you can say, the ultimate Blossom car, because I love Aston Martin, and it took me 5 Dodge Challenger Hellcats to win it. And it's my second favorite Aston Martin. Obviously, my favorite is the DBS Superleggera. Its interests includes Dua Lipa, who is my favorite female artist, and Arsenal FC, which is also my favorite Premier League club. Moving on now is the Porsche 918. Now this is straight up an homage, okay? The car is a Porsche 918 Spyder nicknamed Müller. On his resume, it's the ultimate garage OG, okay? I won this on a plane from Seattle to LA. I say that all the time, because I did. And it was my first car to surpass 10,000 races, okay? 5 digits. Interest includes Bayern Munich and the number 25. Straight up. I mean, it might not be the best German car in my garage, but it's definitely my most respected German car in my garage. And that is why I bestow on it the nickname of Müller, my favorite football player of all frickin' time, boys. Anyway, moving on, we have the Porsche 935 Moby Dick, nicknamed No Psalm. My first slick tire legendary, has won me hundreds of events, and interest includes Modern Talking, which is a really good German band from the 80s, and Fighting the Good Fight, because that's what No Sun told me once, and I like the quote. Moving on now, we have Victory, who is the McLaren Senna. On my resume, it's dedicated to Victory Swing, one of my bores, and it is my joint most used British car. You'll see the other half later down the list. Interest includes Pixar's Inside Out and Beans. Next up on the list is the Alfa Romeo 164 Pro car. Another car that I'm dedicating to one of my patrons, nicknamed Luke. Yeah, as you can see, it's dedicated to Luke, and it's the best saloon in the entire freaking game, okay? Interest includes RuneScape, which is something Luke actually likes, and British weather, which is something Luke absolutely hates. Moving on now is the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, nicknamed Simo. On its resume, it is my go-to dragster for anything, and I mean 330 miles per hour for a top speed. I mean, I'm gonna just end it at that. Interest includes PewDiePie and Simo Haya. Now, if you don't know who Simo Haya is, basically Simo Haya is the deadliest sniper ever. I think he has 600 confirmed kills from World War II, and he was nicknamed the White Death. And I wanted to call the Yesco Absolute the White Death, but I felt like Simo was a bit cuter, and you know, since the sniper's name was actually Simo, I'm calling him Simo. Moving on now is the Aston Martin Vulcan, nicknamed Valky. I call this Valky all the time. This is the other half of my most joint used British car. So this in the Senna all the time, and also it's an Aston Martin, right? I love Aston Martin. Interest includes British fry-ups and Corgis. Corgis, second favorite breed of dog in my opinion. Or I mean, it's my second favorite breed of dog. My favorite breed is a Husky, and I want to buy a Husky. And then British fry-ups is like my favorite breakfast ever. I had it yesterday. Next up on the list, we have the Peugeot 905B, nicknamed the Salt. Now, I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but the Salt, why I chose this name is because if you're French, you probably know this. This is the manufacturer for your fighter jets. So I think that this is giving it as much respect as I can give it, nicknaming it after the manufacturer of French fighter jets. On its resume, it's a French car that I like, and the first point speaks for itself. Interest includes the Statue of Liberty and the planet Saturn. I don't know why, it's just that, you know, my favorite planet is Saturn, so I just wanted to give Saturn a shout out. So Saturn, if you're watching, what's up, bro? Next up, we have the Lamborghini Urus, nicknamed the Urus. On his resume, it is as thick as Ixu, and it is the best SUV with high ground clearance. Interest includes Croatians and Discord emotes, you know, because, you know, Ixu. Suzuki Pikes Peak XL7, nicknamed the Jelly Bean because it looks like a jelly bean, but it doesn't perform like one. It performs way better than a jelly bean. Interest includes How I Met Your Mother and California Adventure Park. You know, the other half of Disney in LA, you know, the better half, Pixar half. Next up, we have the Peugeot 208 WRX, nicknamed Leroy, because just look at it jump. On its resume, it's my best off-road tire car, and it has sub 2 seconds 0 to 60, like 1.9 0 to 60. That's absolutely ridiculous. Its interest includes even numbers because 208 and sourdough bread because I like sourdough bread. Now our penultimate contestant is the Lamborghini Huracan Performante, nicknamed Rigatoni, which is my favorite shape of pasta. On its resume, it started the Surge. Now for those that don't know what the Surge is, basically I didn't win a lot of prize cars in 2017 and 2018 and 2019, but ever since I won the Lamborghini Huracan Performante, I have won a legendary prize car at least once a month since. So yeah, you can say that winning the Huracan Performante has brought me from a small-time player to a pretty, you know, big-time player. And also it won me the one-of-one titanium pack. I mean, it's not one-of-one. A lot of people want it, but it won me the one-of-one titanium event. That's never gonna come back. Interest includes al dente pasta and the letter H. And last but not least, the final contestant of Blossom Madness is indeed, now this one, honestly, I just have to put it here because I spent too much time trying to get this car that it would be too disrespectful not to have it in the list. I think you know what it is. Yeah, it's the Bugatti Chiron Sport, nicknamed Baguette. Resume, I spent too much time not to put it here. It's also the best Bugatti in the game. That isn't saying much anymore now though, because you have the Rimac Nevera and the IDR, you have the Koenigsegg Jesko and all those. So yeah, it's fallen down the pecking order. But like I said, I spent too much time trying to get this car to not put it on the list. Okay, I spent 36 hours straight of playing this game. I did not sleep for an entire day just to get this. Interest includes boy bands and the bench press. I was just thinking of things to start with B. It's a Bugatti. It's named Baguette. It likes boy bands and bench pressing because it's swole like that. But anyway, let us move on now to the bracket. So let's talk about the bracket real quick. So how the versus is gonna work is like normal seeding. I'm gonna do the highest seed versus the lowest seed as done in normal brackets, you know what I mean? Like in the March Madness bracket, for example. So basically there are no seeds here, but there are RQs. So what I did was I took the highest RQ against the lowest RQ, etc, etc, etc. So for example, when it comes to the non-prize side of the bracket, it's gonna be 96 versus 80, 92 versus 80, 91 versus 86, and 90 versus 89. So the highest RQ available is going to fight the lowest RQ available. So let me show you who's fighting who for the next basically month of this challenge. So we got the Aventador versus Carl, or we should have Tangerine versus Carl. We have King Dong versus Mr. Clean. Korn versus Eisenhower. This one's going to be a good fight, I think. We have the Marshall versus Reese. We have Quadro Spaghetti versus Blueberry. We have Gani versus Sasha. And we have Pomodoro versus Gauntlet. So we do have a Porsche face-off straight off the bat. We also have Todesbringer versus Akari. Now, moving on to the prize side of the bracket as I move my camera to the other side. Boom. We have Victory versus Reaper. Now, this one, genuinely, I don't know what's going to win, okay? Like, the Senna and the Apollo Intensa Emozione, they are literally almost the same. One is definitely sexier, though. But yeah, this one's going to be a good fight. We have the Pro Car versus the Huracan Performante. We have No Sam versus Grant, the Zonda Revolucion. We have Leroy, the Peugeot, versus Baguette, the Bugatti Chiron. We have Simo, the Koenigsegg Jesko, against Urus. We have Valky versus Jellybean. The Boiling Dustbin is going to beat the 905B. Well, is going to fight the 905B. I'm just saying, if the Boiling Dustbin, if the Project 8 actually beats the 905B, you guys really want me to suffer. And also, we have the Aston Martin 177, London versus Muller. And I think finally, no, that's going to be it. Now, how it's going to work is that you guys are going to do all of the voting, basically. So you guys are going to be dictating what is the next prize car or non-prize car legend that I'm going to max, all the way up to the final four. So we're going to do voting on the YouTube community tab all the way up into the final four. And once we hit the final four contestants, voting will be exclusive to my Discord server. So if you want to see this competition throughout, reach out to the end, reach out to my Discord server to, you know, join the final four voting. But anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Remember, check out my YouTube community tab. The first fight is gonna go live tonight when this video gets posted, which is going to be the Aventador versus the BMW 640i. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands, and comment down below who you think is gonna win. Also, if you want to just play on this bracket by yourself, like, you know, just to send me your predictions on what you think the bracket is gonna end up looking like, I'll put a link in the description below, because you can actually play, play this out on your own and see what if, you know, your predictions are gonna be right or not. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Shout out to Korn for this amazing idea. Peace!
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville
Atlantic.
Blonde hair, don't care, look like Leslie Brooks. Pin up girls everywhere with the drop dead look. Swing it side to side as we slow dance to the night.